नमः शिवाभ्यां नवयौवनाभ्यां परस्पराश्लिष्टवपुर्धराभ्यां नगेन्द्रकन्या वृषकेतनाभ्यां नमो नमः शङ्करपार्वतीभ्यां. Shiva Ashtapadi or SivaGitimala has been authored by Kanchi Kamakoti Peethadhipati Shri Chandrasekharendra Saraswati Swamigal, the 62nd Acharya who adorned the Peetham in the 18th century. The present Acharyas of the Peetham are the 69th and 70th in the venerated line. The 62nd Acharya who wrote the Shiva Ashtapadi was a descendant in the great family of Mahan Shri Govinda Dikshitar in his Purvashrama. His Adhishtanam is in Kumbakonam. In our Sanatana Dharma, human birth is given a lot of importance. Shastras emphasize that this human birth is very rare and difficult to get and is the most suitable for attaining moksham. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jathare shayanam. So goes the unbreakable chain of births and deaths. Cutting this chain and reaching the feet of Bhagavan, merging with him totally and enjoying the Advaita Ananda is moksham, permanent liberation. Shastras show many paths to attain this exalted state. Of them, the path of bhakti is the easiest, particularly in Kali Yuga, which is noted for weakness of body and mind. Nama Sankirtanam, singing Bhagavan's names and Leelas, is highly recommended by all great exponents of Hinduism. Among the Bhakti literature, Ashtapadi holds an important position. When Ashtapadi is sung to Raga and Tala, waves of Bhakti rise in the listener. The first Ashtapadi was written by the great devotee poet Jayadeva of Puri Jagannatha Kshetra. It was titled Geeta Govindam. In this Ashtapadi, the poet makes Radha and Krishna as Nayaka and Nayaki and sings ecstatically of their suffering the pangs of separation and their final union through the efforts of the Sakhi. It is full of Shringara Rasa. Our Kanchi Acharya has followed the same pattern in Shiva Ashtapadi. Shiva and Parvati are the Nayaka and Nayaki here. The Leelas enacted by them as Ekamreshwara and Kamakshi in Kanchipuram form the subject matter. They depict a state of Madhurya Bhakti in its pinnacle known as Mahabhava, where Nayaki sacrifices everything for the pleasure of Nayaka. There is a story which is at the background of this setup. Once Parvati playfully closed with her palm the eyes of Shiva in Kailasam. It was only for a moment in their time scale, but it turned out to be many yugas in the created worlds. Shiva's three eyes are Surya, Chandra and Agni. Without these three life sources, all worlds naturally perished. Parvati was overcome by sorrow. She is Jaganmata. A play of sport ended in universal destruction. She decided to atone for her mistake. Shiva asked her to go to Kanchipuram and perform austerities on the banks of Kampa river under the foot of a mango tree. Parvati accordingly made a Shivalingam out of river sand. They call it Saikatalingam and worshipped. Kanchipuram is one of the 7 Mokshapuris, one of the 51 Shakti Pithas, extolled as the Nabhisthana of earth. The name Kampa of the river has an interesting connotation. Since, that is, papas of humans, undergo kampanam, meaning they tremble to go near those who live on its banks. The lone mango tree on its bank is the personification of Vedas themselves. Parvati performed austerities and also 32 dharmas as per Shastras. In order to test her devotion, Shiva created a flood in the river which was about to wash away the Shivalingam of sand. Parvati set an example of ideal devotee by embracing the lingam to save it from the fury of the flood without caring for her own safety. The flood receded later. Parameshwara gave darshan as Ekamreshwara under the mango tree and married Kamakshi. Kamakshi is Kamakoti, that is, she grants crores of desires of devotees. In another manner, Koti means the end, and she grants the end of Kama, that is, Moksha. In this Shiva Ashtapadi, the Nayaki, who is Kamakshi, makes effort to attain the Nayaka, who is Ekamreshwara. Her Sakhi helps her by acting as emissary between the two parties. Ashtapadi is a song of 8 parts. There are 20 Ashtapadis in SivaGitimala. There are shlokas before and after each Ashtapadi. The Ashtapadi part is the talk by the Nayaka, Nayaki or Sakhi, while the shlokas cover the story part and take it forward. Here we must understand an important principle of philosophy. When we worship Shiva and Shakti as two entities, they are in fact aspects of one unitary Parabrahman. That Brahman in Nirguna state is formless and is Sat, Chit and Ananda. In order to redeem jivas like us, it assumes qualities and becomes Saguna Brahman and is known as Ishvara. At this stage, Ishvara has with him his inseparable power called Maya Shakti. Just as Surya and his heated luminosity, Chandra and his cool light, sugar and its sweetness, and milk and its whiteness cannot be separated, so are Shiva and Shakti inseparable and only one. This created world Prapancham is Shakti incarnate. It is that Shakti who projects the jivas here, protects them, and finally leads them on the path of salvation. Shakti is the mother who hears the miseries of jivas and removes them. To guide the jivatma on the path to Paramatma, a Sadguru is required. He removes the deficiencies of jivas, makes them perform sadhanas, and finally fit for absorption in Paramatma. From this point of view, in Shiva Ashtapadi, we may consider Shiva as Paramatma, Parvati as Jivatma, and Sakhi as Guru. This is similar to what obtains in Sundarakandam in Srimad Ramayanam, where Shri Sita is regarded as Jivatma, Hanuman as Guru, and Shri Rama as Paramatma. In the 20 Ashtapadis in SivaGitimala, the first 2 Ashtapadis are Shiva Stotras. The poet rapturously portrays Shiva's form, ornaments, Leelas, his state of Jnana Yoga, his compassion, greatness and grace for devotees. Among Leelas he mentions many like Gangavataranam, Halahala poison consumption, Tripura Samharam, subduing Yama, burning of Manmatha, etc. Shiva reduces Manmatha to ashes even before Manmatha could aim his flower arrows. In a later Ashtapadi, the same Shiva requests Manmatha not to hit him with flower arrows. This contradiction is a sweet poetic tradition. In the beginning, the female friend Sakhi of Kamakshi Devi describes the beauties of nature and informs her of Shiva camping in a creeper house at the foot of the mango tree nearby. She thus sets the stage for them to meet. Gauri also in turn praises the qualities of Shiva. Shiva's voluntary arrival at the spot of penance of Gauri shows his compassion to the Jiva. The Jiva also abandons his ego and wonders at the grace of Bhagavan. The suffering of Nayaka and Nayaki, of pangs of separation and sending Sakhi as emissary belong to what is known as the Vipralambha genre of Sringara race, Rasa. Devi, feigning anger at Sakhi not getting Shiva to her place and talking of Shiva's relationship with another woman are all poetic aspects of Sringara Rasa. Sakhi talking to both parties repeatedly and not resting till Devi joins Shiva shows the untiring efforts put in by the Guru in taking the Jiva to Paramatma. Finally, Shiva comes to Kamakshi's place and apologizes for his rudeness, and Devi taunts him, calling him Kitava Shekhara, the head of cheats, instead of the usual appellation of Chandrasekhara. This is Ninda Stuti. All this is sweetness of storytelling. Again, at the instance of Sakhi, Shiva speaks words of love, and Gauri, who is won over, accompanies him and enjoys his company. The Vipralambha has now given way to the Sambhoga aspect of Sringara Rasa. Like this Shiva Ashtapadi, Meenakshi Sundareshwara Ashtapadi in the name of Geeta Sundaram, Sita Rama Ashtapadi, Subramanya Ashtapadi, etc. have all come up later. Our Bhajana Sampradaya celebrates the weddings of Bhagavan's various forms using these Ashtapadis. We also celebrate these weddings in Vaidika ritual form. Singing of Ashtapadi, celebrating weddings, etc. are all meant to increase our sense of bhakti and bliss. Chiranjeevi S. Vaidyanathan has sung this Shiva Ashtapadi extremely well, not just with lilting music, but also enjoying the Samskrita Sahitya with clear separation of conjoined words. His parents, Vidya and Shri Ram, are giving good encouragement to him. The Ashtapadi CD of Geeta Govinda sung by Vaidyanathan and released recently has already received wide recognition and approbation. I pray at the lotus feet of Bhagavan that he should render more and more such songs and immerse us in Nada Bhakti ocean. I also pray to Sarveshwara that those who listen to this beautiful Shiva Ashtapadi be blessed with all comforts, bhakti, jnana and vairagya. Namah Parvati Pataye Har Har Mahadeva.